to Open Prep for 15.3. I'm Claudia Challoner, Doctor of Physical Therapy with Movement RX. So this 15.3, we have muscle ups, wall balls, and double unders. So whether you guys are going to be getting several rounds with the muscle ups, or you're attempting your first ever muscle up, then you have to get those shoulders ready. So we're going to be going through a couple of techniques to improve your mobility of your shoulders, also improve the motor control of your shoulder. And then also getting ready for the lower quarter with the wall balls and the double unders, going through some tibial internal rotation and then working on some hip activation exercises. So starting off with a kind of a modified banded bully. It's going to be good for that dip position in the top of the muscle up. We have that extension and internal rotation. Band is going to go just above the elbow there. We're going to get into kind of a lunge position, so with that leg, that banded side leg back. And then you're going to take a deep breath in and then breathe out, rotating further into the stretch, rotating towards that opposite leg there. Take a couple of cycles through that, so you want to spend a couple of minutes on both sides there. The big thing is if you're looking at me straight on when I'm doing the mobilization, you want to avoid this kind of chicken wing position. It's not going to be good in the top of a muscle up, and it's not going to be good mobilizing into that position. So you want to make sure that you are bringing that shoulder blade down and back and practicing that motion in there. The next one is going to be arm circles, but we're going to do this at the wall. So depending on your shoulder mobility is going to depend on how far away you are from the wall. So in that muscle up, we are working our full range of motion on our shoulder, internal and external rotation. So we want to make sure that we're practicing and we have that scapula ready to go and controlled in that position. So here, I'm going to bring my arm up, thumb is facing down, I'm going to rotate around and then back. So the goal is to not hit the wall, really control that positioning, and try not to just to rotate our body up. We really want to try to work that shoulder blade around. So you can do 10 to 12 reps of that on each side to get that ready to go. And then also I would suggest practicing some of your kips on the rings. Do a couple of sets of 5 to 10 reps there to make sure that you are having some weight bearing through that arm on the rings. Now we're going to get the lower body ready. So we're going to start off with some tibial internal rotation. So for video purposes, Buddha floss, we want to bias internal rotation here. And we always want to Buddha floss on the skin here. So internal rotation of the tibia is going to be important for that deep squat. If we don't have good tibial internal rotation, it doesn't matter how much you mobilize your ankle or how much you mobilize your hip, you're not going to get full depth and in a nice smooth movement. So we're going to bias internal rotation, so we're going to be wrapping the Buddha floss going inward. Okay? So let's say I get done with that. So once we have it on there, I'm going to get into a lunge position. I want to bring that knee over the toe, and I'm going to bias that internal rotation. So I'm rotating my leg in as I come forward with that knee. Rotating and forward. So from the side, I'm rotating and then I'm coming forward with it. Rotating and forward. So you can try about 20 to 30 reps of that each side. After you get done with that, activate those hips with some banded squats. Band is going to go just below the knees there. Get into your squat position, driving those knees out into the band, and then back up. Keeping everything nice and tight. Chest is tall. Because for those wall balls, we don't want our chest collapsing. It's going to be very hard on our lower back when we're doing that. So once we do a couple of sets of 20 with that, then we're going to work into some banded jumps. So you're going to get the band back on. Getting into a mini squat position, jumping up, driving those knees out as you land, up, back, up and down. So that'll help you get ready for not only the wall balls, but for the double unders as well. So check back in for 15.4 for prep for you guys. Good luck with the workout.